So one of the things we've talked about extensively here on the channel this week is what a big opportunity this weekend provides for several teams in college football this weekend, including Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes. Because not only is Coach Prime playing host to some of the most talented prospects in all of high school football, some names we talked about earlier this week and some names we've yet to discuss, but the Colorado Buffaloes also have a phenomenal opportunity in front of them with an opportunity to get a huge upset win over Oregon State. And today, we need to talk about it all. But before we can, as always, y'all know the drill. I have got to hear from you. Hop down to the comments. Give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Do you believe the Colorado Buffaloes can pull off a major upset this weekend? And let me know what you're thinking. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification as I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you enjoyed the content, be sure to like and comment down below, as those interactions are massive to content creators such as myself. And we're less than 50 subscribers away from our 20,000 subscriber mark. I'd love to have you a part of this unbelievable community. But having said all that, let's jump right into this, and we have got to start with an unbelievably loaded weekend that Coach Prime will be playing host to, where we already talked about some massive names that Colorado will be getting this weekend in for a visit. We talked about a LaMason Waller, who Colorado already has a crystal ball prediction inserted in their favor for. This is a top 300 prospect in the nation, one of the most gifted wide receivers in all of high school football, who is very interested in the Colorado Buffaloes. And you can bet your bottom dollar that seeing not only what Xavier Weaver, seeing what Jimmy Horn Jr., seeing what Travis Hunter, Omarion Miller, and then seeing the quarterback play at Colorado, that is an enticing and compelling pitch where Coach Prime doesn't even have to say anything. He just has to point to his offense and say, hey, you can come be a part of this. We have areas we're going to fix, but I'm already well aware of what those areas are, and I'm already paving the way to try and fix those. And the reason why we can say that with full confidence is Colorado started off the week with a massive commitment from a former four-star prospect, a former top 200 player in all of high school football, who transferred from Florida to Miami and eventually found his way to the Colorado Buffaloes. But this is a guy that coming out of high school, there was no question. Scouts everywhere thought he was destined for Power 5 football and destined to excel at the Power 5 level. Now Colorado gets him. And who knows, a change of scenery could be exactly what the doctor ordered. That's exactly what we hope is the case, especially for the Colorado Buffaloes, because that could be a massive addition. But that points us to the biggest name Colorado could possibly host this weekend. And yes, they're having some big names. Elijah Melendez is a top 200 player in the nation who has ties to the state of Colorado before moving to Florida, which, if you're Coach Prime, what better opportunity could you ask for? You're the current head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes, and you have so much clout in the state of Florida. We talked about King Joseph Edwards, a name that Colorado fans everywhere need to be keeping up with, especially because Nick Williams is on the trail. Nick Williams is a coach who I've talked about extensively for Colorado because he is a fantastic recruiter and a name I think college football fans everywhere need to be keeping up with. I think he is a young star to keep up with. He is a name that here sooner rather than later is going to be getting some massive opportunities. Take it to the bank. If he's on the trail for a King Joseph Edwards, for a Nasir Johnson, who is a current Florida Gator commit, number 208 in the nation, top 300 player on the defensive line, you like your chances. It's very difficult to win recruiting battles in college football. It's very difficult to flip prospects. But if your head coach is Coach Prime, if your defensive line coach is Coach Williams, you like your opportunity. And that's exactly why every time I get the opportunity, we talk about him. But that's not the biggest name visiting the Colorado Buffaloes this weekend. In fact, it's the number one offensive tackle in the nation, Jordan Seaton, who not long ago many thought would take a visit to Colorado, but that visit got canceled. And when that visit got canceled, there was a lot of conversations that said, hey, Colorado may be out of this race. But credit to Coach Prime and that coaching staff for keeping after it, keeping their pedal to the metal, and now they get the very talented offensive lineman, five-star offensive lineman, in for a visit, and this is one we have got to keep up with, because if Colorado is able to get this win, it will send reverberations and shockwaves through college football, and it absolutely will create a domino effect. Personally, I think the domino effect was created whenever their very talented quarterback just recently committed in their class. I think that's going to be a lot of positive momentum for the Colorado Buffaloes. But if they get a Jordan Seaton to commit, watch out, a lot will follow. And as we've already talked about some of the insane visitors that Colorado will be playing host to, most notably Jordan Seaton, 5-star offensive tackle, we now need to talk about the game in and of itself. And that's Colorado playing Oregon State and asking the question, can Colorado get a big-time upset? And this is a game I'm going to be watching, and the reason is quite simple. The quarterback play in this game, in my opinion, is going to be sensational. If the Colorado offensive line can give Jordan Sanders any type of time, he's going to make a play. He's proved that time and time again. Luckily, Oregon State does not have the UCLA defense because that UCLA defense is stingy, they're mean, they're fast, and unfortunately, Colorado got to experience that firsthand last week. Oregon State is a very good team. Do not get misunderstood. I am not taking anything away from that squad. Defensively, they've been fine. Offensively, DJU has proved to college football I was not the issue at Clemson. And now everybody's watching Clemson struggle, and we're watching DJU light it up in the Pac-12, which personally I think is awesome. I'm so happy for DJU. I'm so happy he's had a big year, and I hope it continues. But make no mistake, this is a game where Colorado could pull off a massive upset win because styles make fights, and this could turn into a shootout. And if Colorado is in a shootout, they have a chance so long as they're not playing a ferocious pass rush unit that has the ability to put the clamps down on a quarterback. So can Colorado come away from this game with a massive upset? Yes, they can, because if this game turns into a shootout, you like Jordan Sanders' odds in the fourth quarter and in overtime because he's one of the highest graded quarterbacks in all of college football in those metrics. So at the end of the day, this is a weekend where we're going to have to be keeping an ear and an eye on the Colorado Buffaloes. They have massive visitors attending, including Jordan Seaton, who is a huge win that you even get him in attendance, but let him commit. There will be shockwaves felt throughout college football. You can bet your bottom dollar on it. And two, can Colorado pull off the big-time upset? Can't wait to hear from all of you. Hop down into the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. That's it. See ya.